resources of Africa will be harnessed through the development of our human resource, which we also have in abundance. At the center of this endeavor are the children and women who play a primordial role in helping our agricultural pursuit. Food security is vital for the development of nations, and that we have not had. The OAD puts food security at the center of its activities, and on behalf of the diplomatic corps, we want to assure you that we will give you all the support that you may stand in need of from our various countries. We want to congratulate the best farmer because he stands to represent the endeavor to end hunger in our continent. We also appreciate the role India is playing in training our human resources. In my country, Sierra Leone, solar system in the rural area is now under the control of women who have been trained in India. We call them barefoot engineers. These are ladies who are illiterate, taken from the various villages to India, where they are trained to put together the solar lights in the villages.
It's now time to invite a consultant. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Determination, lots of experience. We'll stay to stay a few minutes. Yes, I'm sure.
Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, leaders, religious leaders, Dr. Shehu Numusha. We are excited about this morning's function. When I say we, I mean
Peace Cup tournament. One of the underlying reasons why we believe that the Peace Cup is relevant to next year is because in Ghana, and I believe by extension in some other African countries, next year and the year beyond, there will be elections, and for those of us who are students of African politics, elections come with their own challenges. For us as an organization, therefore, whilst we trumpet and champion the cause of agriculture, we have said that agriculture and any other economic enterprise cannot thrive in the midst of chaos, and that is the essence of our having the Peace Cup. When it is that the representative of the rep of the food, or country rep for the Food and Agriculture Organization comes to speak, we will be unveiling the OAD Peace Trophy. There are various sections of the Peace Trophy, various divisions. We have the political division, which is quite high up on the pecking order. We have the traditional division, which has to do with our chiefs, who are the custodians of the land. We have in our midst, like we acknowledged earlier on, the national best farmer. I'll call him His Excellency Ignatius Agbo. It's not easy to be national best farmer in the country of 24 million people, and we really appreciate his being here with us. We appreciate his having visited us in the offices of the OAD. So who is our first project ambassador? I'm sure the classical fashion will be to have clashing cymbals, flashing lights, pictures flashing all over the place. We want to do it modestly this first time around. He would have wished to have been here. He's a celebrated person in the international community. He is not only a sports person, his image goes beyond sports, his image goes beyond culture, his image goes beyond politics. He is a Ghanaian-born person who's achieved the heights of his profession throughout the world, not only in Europe where he applied a lot of his trade, but also in the Middle East and indeed at successive World Cups where he represented his adopted nation. I say his adopted nation because he's a Ghanaian-born person. There are some who are wondering what is Neil going on and on about. I just need to tickle our imagination a bit for some to start guessing who might this project ambassador of our Boots for Food initiative and the OAD Peace Cup be. His first name begins with an M and the surname begins with a D. But before I mention his name in full, I'd like to invite upstage once again Mr. Bonaventure Agwisi, the president of... Thank you very much, boss. You know, I would crave your indulgence to break protocol for just a couple of minutes. Those of us working with Mr. Agwisi on this project have various stories as to how we got involved. He's a former captain of the French national team, a Ghanaian born whose Ghana name is Odenke, for those who are followers of football. I've spoken enough about him. He has single-handedly constructed, and it's in current use, an ultra-modern sports complex at East Legon in Accra, the capital city of the Republic of Ghana. He was once considered to take up the position of the coach of the national team of Ghana, the Black Stars. He's captained the French national team to European glory and World Cup glory. He is none other than our own son of the land, who is taking us very, very far and indeed planted the name of Ghana and Africa on the maps of the world. When he finally arrives, we will find it time to come to some of your locations and interact with you as to how he will be supporting this initiative for ultimate success. Our project ambassador is none other than Monsieur Marcel Desailly. In his absence, I'd like us to give a round of applause. Thank you very much, Castro. I'll hand over to you.
With all due respect, I just want to say a big thanks and acknowledge and express my sincere gratitude to my whole team, Neil Armstrong, and also a lady called Adjoa Seth Oti. They have worked with me day and night. If I tell you the time we sleep sometimes, it is not.
I stood right there conferring with my co-MC, and I said, and the preparation of their journey to launch and relaunch and get it pursued. Because from a distance, you're going to hear a message. And this message, ladies and gentlemen, we shall take a speech from the guest speaker. He's been drawn into a very...
of the OAD boost from the very moment I heard about it. Over 900 million people experience the hardship that Hungary poses, a figure which continues to rise even as the richest of the 21st century. Today, over 1 billion people live on less than $1 per day. 430 million in South African Asia, 325 million in Sub-Saharan Africa. Through my extensive travels around the world, especially in Africa, I have encountered poverty in different dimensions and seen children die due to hunger. A continent endowed with the riches that Africa has should not be experiencing this pain in this day and age. Agriculture is a crucial sector for reducing poverty and achieving the Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, in Africa. Indeed, all the MDGs have direct or indirect linkages to agriculture. Without rapid progress in reducing hunger, achieving all the other MDGs will be difficult, if not impossible. And the fight to eliminate hunger and reach the other MDGs will be won or lost in the rural areas where the vast majority of the world's hungry people live. It has become critical within the MDGs. The Organization of African Development is an international non-governmental organization working in the countries of Africa to harness their individual high potential and leverage the collective vast resources of the continent to bring sustainable growth and development to the peoples of Africa. I appreciate the true value of the OAD's vision of having a self-sufficient Africa with its member country citizens realizing their full potential for economic growth and development. The organization aims to achieve lasting improvement in the quality of life of especially the deprived women and children, as well as that of the youth of Africa, by providing the platform for human and natural resource development through well-targeted and contextually relevant projects. I congratulate the Organization for African Development for the bold initiative taken towards the achievement of peace and food security on the continent. It is, however, my desire and expectation that as you participate in this August event, you will see yourself not as an observer, but a key success factor towards the realization of OAD's dreams. It will take our collective efforts to ensure success, and as I venture worth supporting, I humbly invite you on board as we work together towards eradicating hunger while promoting lasting peace on the continent. I would like to thank the government of Ghana through the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and the Ministry of Youth and Sports for seeing the wisdom in this initiative and also embracing it. I would also like to thank the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, UNDP, UNICEF, and other partners for their support. I pledge my continued assistance and support for this great initiative and promise to remain a part of it every step of the way until our dear continent is totally liberated from the pangs of poverty. I wish you all a successful launch event and salute everyone present for coming. Long live the Booth for Food Initiative. Long live the Organization for African Development. Long live Africa. Thank you, and God bless you all. Good morning, everyone. On behalf
of the Diplomatic Corps, Honorable Ministers of State, Directors from the various ministries represented here, the clergy, distinguished and honorable Muslim religion representative here, honorable and distinguished representative from the Christian religion here, traditional authorities, our partners from the Inki fraternity, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I deem it a great pleasure to be given the opportunity to make a brief statement on behalf of the FAO representative to Ghana on this historic occasion. A world where food and agriculture contribute to improve the living standards of all, especially the poorest, is what the FAO is striving for. We therefore would like to pay tribute to the Organization for African Development for such an initiative which focuses on creating harmony and harnessing resources to promote food security and poverty reduction in Ghana and in the whole Africa. Today, in a world that is capable of producing enough food to supply an adequate diet for all, hundreds of millions of people